welcome to Good Morning KU. I'm Sam Harms.
And I'm Marisa Pecoraro.
And we have such a busy day and weekend going on. It is Jayhawk Generations, homecoming, and Halloween is tomorrow, and the Royals are playing in the World Series.
Yeah.
It's busy.
Very eventful.
Yes, very eventful. So we're going to go through all of the topics for today. So we're going to start out with homecoming.
Have you done any of the stuff this week?
I have not. Have you?
No, but one of my friends is the president of the service sorority.
Okay.
And I know that they've been working on their flow, and I'm pretty sure they're partnered with Bucks, the fraternity, and I think they might have won in like their category.
Okay,
so,
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I know last year I did a lot of things with my sorority. I pumped for the float, and I went to Jayhawk
really
Jingles.
hard.
It is just very time-consuming and tedious, and like once you do like 3 of them, you're done. You're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's pointless. So I did that, and I went to Jayhawk Jingles last year. I know it was a lot of fun this year as well.
Yeah.
And then I also chalked as well.
Oh, there's some really
so
awesome
much
chalk out
fun.
there.
Yeah, they're amazing. The people who design those do such a good job. It's unbelievable. Like you're just drawing with chalk, but it looks so good. And I like the fact that we always use water with it, so it stays longer. So it's there for like a week or 2, so you can just kind of like see it fade away.
There's a Snapchat filter for homecoming this year.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was really cool.
I thought it was really cute.
Interesting and different, and I'm glad that add something else to it. Homecoming. And since today is Friday, it's almost over with. The parade is tonight. You said you were going?
Yeah, it's at 6 p.m. tonight. I'm probably gonna be down by Fuzzy's somewhere, so that way I can go eat after.
There you go.
But, yeah, I'm excited. I thought it was really good last year, so because I'm only a sophomore, so that was the first time I'd been to homecoming parade. But
very cool.
I'm hoping that it's up to par this year.
Yeah, last year Rob Riggle hosted. Was the Grand Marshal. This year the Grand Marshal is going to be Catherine Carmichael. She's a 2014 KU grad, and she's also Miss Kansas World. And she has like 1,000 titles.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she works with football recruiting too, which is really impressive because she just graduated.
Doing so many things already.
Hopefully that's what my graduation's like.
Yeah, seriously, that'd be great. And then tomorrow is going to be the football game. You said you're going to that as well.
Yeah.
Participating in all the last-minute events.
Right. We're playing Oklahoma. I'm hoping we win, even though they're ranked 14th. And we haven't had the best football season this year.
Still holding out hope, though.
Yeah. I'll be front row, so it'll be great.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Also at the game, they're going to announce the Excel winners. For people who don't know, Excel stands for Excellence in Community Education and Leadership Awards. So this is an award they do every year. One award goes to a boy and one award goes to a girl. Last year, the winners were Ellie Eastis and Graham Naz. The winners get a $500 scholarship.
Nice.
And then they also get to plan a conference as well with the Alumni Center.
Oh,
because why not?
Cool.
It's very interesting. Yeah, it's very like a very hardcore scholarship. There's 10 nominations. So it'll be exciting to see who wins this year.
Everyone's so impressive.
I agree.
Inspiration right there.
Yes. So with that being on Saturday, Halloween is also on Saturday. What are you doing for Halloween?
I am going Halloween shopping later today with one of my friends. So I'll look for a costume then. I'm hoping maybe to be Tinkerbell and Periwinkle with my twin sister.
Very cool.
Because people don't know, but Tinkerbell has a sister.
Interesting. Yeah, I did not know that.
They were born from the same baby's laugh.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
What are you going to be?
Okay, so my boyfriend and I are going to be re-wearing our lederhosen. We have a picture of us. We wore our lederhosen to a German festival we went to a couple weekends ago, so we're just going to rewear those. I will be adding layers to this, though. I'm going to wear a sweater, like a full-length sweater, and pants underneath because it's going to be very cold. So I definitely don't want to freeze.
Right. It was like I was sweating last week doing something. I'm like, oh, I need a winter coat this week.
Oh, now I need a coat.
So,
also, there's always like outrageous costumes or people who like go above and beyond with it. And I know there's a viral video going around right now of this guy who was dressed up as Aladdin, and he's on a hoverboard.
Oh, yeah. And the hoverboard.
It's super great. Yeah, okay, so here is the video of that.
I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering spray.
Yeah, so
That's so creative.
definitely different. I like it a lot. Good for him.
Yeah, right. I feel like if I ever rode one of those, I would just be falling off all the time. So.
Oh my God, I know, me too.
Yeah.
I have seen people who have like tried to ride them on campus.
Yeah.
People who have like, oh yeah, let me show you, and it's a disaster every time.
Like, no, I know someone that just got theirs and it's all like, it's already beaten up. And she's like, I think I'm gonna get a more expensive one now. I was like,
no, maybe not. Maybe you should learn to ride the
Yeah.
one you have.
But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so I think that's all we have for right now.
After this, we'll be back with Brianna with a special guest, interviewing a special guest.
Welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Brianna Johnson, and I'm here with Jim Forbes, who's here for Jayhawk Generations this weekend. Thank you so much for coming and talking with us this morning.
It's my pleasure. Glad to be here.
Good. So how has your weekend been so far?
Hey, it's been very interesting, and I keep telling people it's like coming full circle for me because I spent so many hours learning and trying to become a better journalist back in the early 70s, and here I am back again to help students.
Right, absolutely. What kind of activities have you done so far since you've been here?
I've spoken at two classes, Max Utzler's class on sports media, and showed some of my sports pictures. And then in the afternoon, I went to Carol Holstead's class, and that's on storytelling. And so I showed different pictures, some of the things that I've been doing at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch in St. Louis just in the past year.
Okay. And so you're visiting from St. Louis,
Yes.
where you work. Can you kind of explain to us what all you do at the newspaper out there?
I've been a photographer there for the last 41 years. I'm on my 41st year now. And I do a little bit of everything. I used to be the photo director, but I found that I much prefer to be out on the street and covering stories rather than directing other people to do that. And I've done a lot of sports photography. I've traveled a lot. I've been to over 30 countries. Wow. I've been to half a dozen war zones in my career, and it's just been a very interesting career, and it's kept me very busy, and it's always different.
Right, absolutely. And it sounds like you've been pretty successful in your field. What's something that you maybe can pass on to students here, or some advice you can give to kind of help them get their dream job or become successful?
With the way the industry is changing so much, the best thing that I can tell any student is be flexible. And that sounds almost like a cliche these days, but the people that are getting hired these days aren't ones like me who knew how to do photography back then. These days you have to know how to do still photography and video, and you have to be able to write, and you have to be on either side of the camera, and almost just do it all.
Absolutely. And on that same notion, you and I were talking earlier about how much you've seen kind of even just the newspaper industry change since you've been there.
Oh,
Can
my
you
goodness.
touch on that a little bit?
When I came to the Post-Dispatch back in 1975, there was 22 photographers and a whole host of assistants and photo editors and the like. And now we have 8 photographers and 1 photo editor. And 2 of those photographers are video dedicated. And then a 3rd photographer does nothing but sports. And so that leaves 5 photographers to cover the entire city, which is a tough job to do. And so even coming to town to Lawrence this weekend leaves us with only 4, and it's like I'm deserting a sinking ship. And there's lots going on in St. Louis, and lots of stories that need to be covered and that we are covering.
Oh, definitely. What else do you have planned for the rest of the weekend while you're here?
Well, I'm going to another storytelling class this afternoon, and then I'm judging some sort of a journalistic contest this afternoon. So, and then I'm going to the ball game tomorrow. It's been a
yes.
long time since I've been to
Yes.
a KU football game.
Oh, right. Yeah, absolutely. And a great weekend to come back with.
Oh my
homecoming
gosh,
going
it's
on and
beautiful.
all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we can pull out a win or keep it close, one or the other.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much again for coming and talking with
Absolutely.
us and sharing your experience with us. We really appreciate it.
Glad to, absolutely.
Stay tuned and we'll be right back with our news segment.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Brianna Johnson, and I'm here with your Good Morning KU news update. Chrome and Android are becoming one operating system next year, according to the Wall Street Journal. Google declined to comment on the so-called rumor, but the Journal reported that a final version of the system will debut in 2017. Google's new version of Android will also run on personal computers as well. Oregon health officials diagnosed a 16-year-old girl with the bubonic plague. According to officials, the girl became sick with the disease from a flea bite 5 days after a hunting trip. No one else has been infected yet, and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention are investigating the illness. A resident was found dead in Oliver Hall on Wednesday night. According to the UDK, he had hanged himself days before he was discovered. KU initially tweeted about the report of the unattended death, but that it wasn't a threat on campus. Please call the number below if you need to talk to someone. On Halloween, the Lawrence Police will conduct a DUI check lane from midnight to 3 a.m. at a random location. Sergeant Trent McKinley recommended that citizens not wear masks or at least take them off when crossing the street. McKinley also recommended that people planning on drinking should make sure to plan safe transportation home as well. KU Provost Jeff Vitter was named the new Chancellor of the University of Mississippi. Vitter was also in the running for the Chancellor position at Arkansas. Vitter hopes to start by February 1st. And that's it for your news update. After the break, Travis will be back with your sports update.
Hello, welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Travis Calvin here with some sports. The Kansas volleyball team is back on track after defeating the Iowa State Cyclones 3-1 on Wednesday. Kansas suffered their first defeat of the season last Saturday against Texas and now stand at a 20-1 record on the season. The number 10 Jayhawks will play at a sold-out Horse Family Athletic Center on Halloween versus Baylor. First serve is set for 11:30, and if you weren't able to go to the game, you can catch all the action on Time Warner Cable Sports or on ESPN3. Junior defender Arlie Gagne of the women's soccer team earned a special accolade Thursday morning. Gagne was named an academic all-district selection by the College Sports Information Directors of America. To be eligible for this honor, students had to maintain a minimum of a 3.3 GPA and play in 50% of the team's games. Gagne is going to be critical to the Kansas soccer team tonight. They'll be taking on TCU in its last regular season game of the year for the Big 12 championships next week. Tonight's senior night contest will kick off at 7 p.m. at Rock Chalk Park. The number 46 ranked women's swim and dive team is traveling to Fort Worth, Texas to take on TCU this Saturday. It's the Jayhawks' second event of the season after splitting last weekend with Missouri State and Denver in a double duel. Yulia Kuchkarova, a 2015 World Championship swimmer, will return for the Jayhawks after missing the first meet for a wedding. The starter's pistol will be going off at 1 p.m. on Saturday. The Kansas tennis team is in Tuscaloosa, Alabama this weekend for the Roberta Allison Fall Classic. The field will be large, sporting Northwestern, Ole Miss, DePaul, host Alabama, as well as 9 other schools. Action Friday and Saturday will both begin at 9 a.m. at first beginning with doubles and then shifting to singles later in the day. It's homecoming here at KU, and the men's football team will look to give alumni a show on Saturday when the Jayhawks take on the Oklahoma Sooners. Kansas remains winless on the season at 0-7, including losing 15 of their last 16 games in total. That trend is going to be hard for the Jayhawks to kick this time. Just 1 year ago, KU fell 44-7 in Norman to the Sooners, and this year's OU statistically has the second best defense in the Big 12. Kickoff against the Sooners is slated for 2:30, and if you can't go to the game, you can catch all the action on Fox Sports 1. The Brandon Schneider era will kick off for the women's basketball team on Sunday when the team takes on the Pittsburgh State Gorillas. Along with the new coach, Kansas will be welcoming 9 newcomers to the team, including having the number 18 recruiting class in the nation. Tip-off against the Gorillas is set for 2 p.m. And since acquiring Johnny Cueto from the Reds in a midseason trade, Cueto may be considered for many as a case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Nos encanta donde estamos. That must be what Johnny Cueto and the Royals are thinking after going up 2-0 on the New York Mets in the World Series. Cueto pitched a 2-hit complete game on Wednesday night, outdueling Mets hurler Jacob deGrom. The Royals bats, were alive. They would go on to win by a score of 7-1. Tonight's matchup with New York will be in the Big Apple with the first pitch set for 7:07. KC only needs 2 more wins to be named world champions. And another person who must be feeling like a world champion, men's golfer Ben Welly. He got named the Jayhawk Sports Report MVP of the week last Monday on my show, Jayhawk Sports Report, in case you didn't know. For your chance to vote for next MVP, keep an eye on my Twitter account where I will tweet the link to this week's candidates on Sunday. That's going to be it for sports. Thanks for tuning in, and just stay tuned in a moment, and we'll have some Jimmy Fallon games for you.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
I'm Marisa Pecoraro, and we're going to take it outside to Caitlin with the weather.
Currently, it is 46 degrees, and it's pretty chilly. I walked to work this morning, and it was 28 degrees, so it's getting better, but it's still pretty chilly. And there's 60% chance of rain, so really not sure, how it's going to end up later today. It's supposed to be 55 degrees most of the afternoon with 50% chance rain, so it's hopefully going to warm up a little bit.
How do you think that's going to affect the homecoming parade and the homecoming game tomorrow?
Hopefully it's not going to affect it too much. There's about 60% chance of rain later this evening. The parade is at 6 p.m. on Mass Street. I'm on the color guard team, and we're going to be first in the parade, so hopefully we'll be able to still march and not be affected by the rain.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that if it is, if there's still a chance, I'm sure we'll still be there performing, and maybe there's going to be a rain delay. I don't know. But tomorrow it's going to be a little cool in the morning, but hopefully by the time of the game that it's going to be warming up.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of marching band, there is going to be a good Halloween show that we're doing for halftime. So if people aren't planning on sticking around for the game, at least come for halftime.
Hey, at least if it's cold, though, the marching band uniforms are pretty, thick and heavy, right? They're pretty big.
Yeah.
Do you know if it's supposed to be really cold tomorrow for Halloween night?
I think the low is 41 currently, is what they're looking at for tomorrow. So hopefully it won't be too bad. I know that there still is a chance of rain all day tomorrow. But at least on Sunday through Wednesday, it's supposed to be mid-70s, and so it's going to be warming up, hopefully, and
That's
won't
nice.
be like this for the next few days.
Yeah. Do you know what it's supposed to be like next weekend at all?
There's supposed to be some showers maybe next weekend, cooling down a little bit, but should be in the low 50s.
Okay.
So not terrible, but
I just really wanted to get really cold and start snowing, but
yeah.
yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm mentally prepared for it, but
And that's all we have for weather, and we'll be back with the Jimmy Fallon game after this. Marisa Pecoraro.
And I'm Sam Harms.
And we're here to play a Jimmy Fallon game called
Yes.
Word Sneak,
Yes.
where basically we each have 7 words and we have to casually sneak the words into conversation.
Yeah, it's an interesting game, and I'm a little nervous.
Me too. But I'm probably going to win, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, throwing it down already. I see how it is. We'll see.
So, how have you been?
I have been pretty good. How have you been?
Pretty okay. Yesterday, like I was saying earlier, that I thought I was going to lose my voice, and like my throat started hurting.
Yeah.
And my throat was burning. It kind of felt like there was like a fireball or something in my
Oh,
throat. It
weird.
just hurt. Yeah.
Very weird. Interesting. Yeah. Just to throw it back a little bit, you were talking about the weather earlier.
Yeah.
What's it like? I didn't quite get to hear the other half of the conversation.
It's kind of chilly out, and it might rain a little bit tonight.
Okay.
But it's not like below freezing yet.
Okay.
So it's like 40s, 50s.
Okay.
Not-
And tomorrow?
Tomorrow it's supposed to be the same.
Okay. So do you think it's gonna be like to the point where sun's out, like guns out, or like no, not quite there?
Maybe not quite there, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. I was just curious.
That's
I was
okay.
just super curious.
I don't know if you saw the news recently, but the Dole Institute is having an event on November 23rd, I think, and Bill Clinton's receiving an award.
Okay.
And I'm really curious.
Yeah, I saw
I don't know if
that.
you saw that. I really want to go, but I'm interested because I'm from Arkansas, and he was like from Arkansas, so it's like, oh. But I'm interested to see if his wife's going to be there, if Hillary Clinton's going to be there.
Oh yeah, that would
But
actually
'cause
be
she's, like-
really interesting
yeah.
to see.
Because since it's like campaign season, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be super interesting. Actually, that would be very interesting, a very hypothetical situation to see if she comes or not. Yeah, I'm curious for that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe if they come, they'll have some fun around Lawrence and like
Yeah.
do some shenanigans and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
you know.
hang out with some friends, see some
Yeah.
people. Eric Pauls is a big political person. His friend Ben Allen is also a big political person and sports person as well. So maybe
Yeah.
they can talk about some sports, talk about the game. You never know.
The game that we're gonna win tomorrow.
One can only hope that we would win the game. Actually, speaking of games, the New York Knicks, they're doing super good this year, I heard. I actually don't know if that's true or not. I'm making that
The
up.
Pistons are actually doing well.
Are they?
Yeah,
I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
Right?
Wow.
But-
Wait, I'm pretty sure I learned something new earlier, too, from you. So that's 2 things for today. Wow, I'm on a roll.
I'm actually Ben Wallace is a basketball player, and I was thinking about dressing up as him, or he used to be one. He played for
Really?
the Pistons because I think that'd be funny since I'm
Yeah.
short. But
Yeah, that would be really
what's
funny.
the funniest costume you think you've seen?
Funniest costume I've ever seen?
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about this earlier. Last year, there was a kid who rides his unicycle
Yeah.
on campus, and he was wearing a corn costume. So he was a unicorn.
Yeah.
Like, how clever.
See, the other day I was helping, my friend actually wants to be a unicorn, so I was like looking stuff up on Pinterest. And there was these costumes, and it was a baby dressed up as Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family.
Really?
And it was really funny.
I always think it's funny when people put their babies in a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Like, it's so silly, but it's just so cute at the same
Yeah.
time. I love it. It's great.
My brother, when we were younger, he used to run around scares. He had like this creepy mask, and
Yeah.
then would put on this like dreadlock wig and like run around and
What?
like tap out. It was really weird.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Good for him.
It was.
We always have a
brothers.
lot of masks, yeah, in my house. My brother hates them too. So
Yeah.
my dad has these little dolls that like scream at you when you push them, and he's always terrified. So we
Yeah.
like to put them in his bed at night. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
So obviously homecoming and Halloween is this weekend. I know a lot of people are going to be going out and getting shwasted, because why not? That's something that people do. You know, why not? It's a good time to just hang
See,
out.
I really want a group of friends to dress up as like the solar system, and then
Wait,
someone
that
to
would be
dress
so
up
funny.
as Pluto, and then to just like kick him out and be like, we don't want you here.
Bye-bye, you gotta go. That would be so funny. Actually, I would really enjoy that. I really hope someone
Except
does that.
I
Can
wouldn't
you do
want-
that instead of doing the
Definitely.
Wednesday Addams thing?
I'll go find some
Can
other
you
people.
be Pluto?
Yeah. Whoa, save the drama for your mama. That was rude.
Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh.
we're gonna have to quit this cold turkey pretty soon here. I don't know how much longer we can do this. Well, I think we killed that. It was pretty good. Obviously we killed it. So we do actually have a couple other things to talk about after this exciting game. So we have to talk about the basketball game because we talked about so many other events that I have going on. The basketball game, the first game of the year, it is on November 4th. Are you gonna go?
Yes, I'm going to that one. I was gonna go get it for lottery this morning, but my friends were like, no, I was like, okay.
It's a little early for lottery.
Also, the women's game is on November 1st, on Sunday. So I was gonna go to both of those.
Very cool, interesting. At the game, everyone always does their clapping, the clap song.
Yeah.
Do you know the clap song? Like the fight song?
Yeah, but
Yes
I always
and no.
mess it up.
Okay, so KU actually just released a video about how to do the clap.
Yeah.
So we have the video. We're going to throw it out to the video so everyone can quickly see it.
Yeah, I always just clap in this part.
This is where everyone's talking amongst themselves. Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it?
Are we supposed to smile?
When do we start? Somebody over here already started.
Can we talk about the piccolo part? It's the most complicated one.
It is. If you listen, you're doing it when the band's not playing.
You have to tell me when it starts. I still don't know.
Here we go. Just clapping now.
No humps.
Nailed it.
I practiced this morning.
Mine was just two people.
It has a right and a wrong way of doing it. No. Wrong.
I like my way better.
I don't know how to do the end.
It's just.
I don't know the head.
That's great.
It's hard by yourself. I love that video. It's so good.
I like that one so much better than last year's
I know.
too, because it's so much easier to follow.
Yeah, it's super great. My favorite part of the commentary in between, it's just clapping now.
Yeah.
And then at the end when everyone's like, it's so hard to do it by yourself or just with two people. You have to have the
whole
band and the whole crowd.
there.
So if you get off, you can just watch the
be
person next to you
Yeah.
and see where they're at. And you're like, oh, that's where I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be. Okay, let's catch back up. That video is the best.
Yeah.
It was really good. They did a great job with it this year.
Well, that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in with us.
And make sure to follow us on social media as well. So throwing it out to quitting a cold turkey right now. So.
Instagram and Twitter, I think.
Yes,
right?
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat,
Oh, yeah.
Media Crossroads, everything. It's
Just
great.
follow us everywhere, guys. It's great. And we hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, homecoming weekend, Halloween weekend.
Everyone enjoy it.
And come back, tune in Monday morning.